Hello, Western Oregon sports fans, and welcome to this edition of Wolves Weekly. Joining me today, head women's basketball coach Greg Bruce. Coach Bruce, I want to start off with this win you guys got on the road in Great Northwest Athletic Conference play at St. Martin's.
Danny, it was a big win for us. It keeps us undefeated in the conference. It's the first time that a Western Oregon women's basketball team has won in Lacey, Washington since 1993, 17 years. So it was big in that regard, and the fact that we kind of got over the hump against these guys. They've beaten us, I don't know, 7 or 8 times in a row since I've been here, and we had a lot of close games. We always seem to find a way to lose them at the end, but this year we found a way to win it, and they're the ones that actually lost the game because we out-scrapped them, which was really good.
And you talk about scrappiness, I want to start first with your defense. That defensive effort you guys had was fantastic that game. Held them under 30% shooting from the field and under 21% from the three-point line. Talk to me about how you guys scrapped and how everybody competed in that game.
Well, that was really important, Danny. You know, our defense, if you look at the conference-only stats, we're in the #1 position in a lot of defensive categories. And the girls now, we've been working on it for a month and a half, and they've kind of bought into it. You know, obviously I like to score and put some numbers up there, but defensively this year with our size, it's one of the areas we need to really be strong in so we can get some extra possessions for ourselves. And when we turn over a few times, we'll have a few more shots to take. But the girls have been really paying attention. We've been working hard at it. And they went up there with a good, solid mindset, and we just kind of took them out of what they wanted to do, which was really good.
And what I've seen from you guys this year, including this game, you guys got a team effort. Especially, that's what it takes on defense. It's not just an individual thing. And you guys have had a lot of different people stepping up. And actually joining us today, we have a special guest in studio, sophomore guard Hannah Whitsett. Hannah, how you doing over there?
Good, thanks.
Well, Hannah, talk to me a little bit about your game. You came off the bench and scored a game-high 22 points against St. Martin's and really helped the Wolves get that critical win up there against the Saints. Talk to me a little bit about that game.
I think I let my defense dictate my offense, and as a team we did that as well. And I don't know, I thought I really needed to step up, especially for our 2 seniors, Sarah and Devo, because they've never beat St. Martin's. And so, yeah.
And you seem to really have your touch going from the outside that game. You hit 6 3-pointers, a career high for you. Just tell us a little bit of how you're able to get that many open looks against a team that is a pretty scrappy team in St. Martin's.
Well, I've kind of been in a slump the past few games, so I knew I needed to step up and finally hit a shot.
Well, you're just one of the many Wolves this year to really step up and provide the team with some scoring and maybe some other efforts that we've seen this year. You being a sophomore, we've also seen Jamie Richardson step up with a couple big ones, other guards, Lori Clifford, and Melissa Fowler. Talk to me a little bit about that one, that maybe you guys don't rely on just, you talked about your 2 seniors, just on them for scoring, but it is a team effort, and that you know any day somebody else can come out and help you guys win a game.
We all push each other to do better and to just succeed, and so that helps a lot, and it helps everyone want to do better for playing time.
Thank you very much, Hannah. We'll be back to you in just a couple minutes, but I want to talk to you too. You had another one of those efforts. Riley Peterson helped you get inside, helped you battle through, and really hold yourself on your own on the boards against, as you mentioned, the scrappy team. She came away with a double-double.
Yeah, and even more than that, 13 points, 12 rebounds. She had 7 steals, 3 block shots, and 4 assists. You know, Danny, she's a really deceptive help defender. She's really good at reading angles, and she steps in passing lanes better than any kid that I've had since I've been at Western. And it's not something that we've taught her, it's just instinctively. And she really helped. You wouldn't look at her, you wouldn't think that would be the case. But she's really good at that, and she gives us you know, a number of areas where she can help us at, which is really good. And I want to also mention, you pointed out about different people stepping up. I believe Hannah is the 4th girl now that we've had in 9 games that have scored over 20 points, 4th different one, so that's really important.
That is very important. Like you said, it's not just one person doing it, but it is a team effort, and that you never know who's going to step up. Makes it fun for the fans, makes it as a coach got to be a little interesting for you, and they don't know who they can game plan for on a night-to-night basis. And along those lines, that win against St. Martin's, huge. Moved to 3-0 in the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. First time a Western Oregon team, women's basketball, has ever been 3-0 in conference play.
Yeah, you know, it keeps us undefeated. It's coming out of the break, so both teams had to kind of scramble to get ready. We had a short time there with 7 days off and 3 practices prior to our game. And, you know, it was, we kind of got, our bus got delayed a little bit with traffic, and we got there a little bit later than we wanted to. And I don't know if that helped the girls ease into it from a mindset standpoint, but all I know is we told them that we could go up there and win. We believed that before we got on the bus. We worked for it. If we could take them out of what they like to do, which we did that with controlling Derazak, we were able to, and then make some shots. Well, Hannah made some big shots. Danielle Belando hit 2 big jumpers in the second half down the stretch. It really helped us as well. Once again, who's going to prepare for that? You just never know. And Riley did enough during the game to keep them honest, and Sarah Zoller, driving and just having those different weapons. But it set the tone with our defense and rebounding, being able to stay in the game that way.
And your rebounding defense has really been the opportunity that you've kept in this game. We mentioned it before. Basically, you've got 3 conference wins. They're combined by about 11 points in there. You guys have grinded out the ones, got your defensive stops, and got the scores when you needed to. And I actually wanted to talk to Hannah Whitsett and just find out what some of the keys are for the Wolves moving forward and what you guys need to continue to do to be successful in Great Northwest Athletic Conference play.
I know we need to limit our turnovers, and we need to keep our defensive pressure as it is right now and keep teams, shooting under 30%, and that'd be awesome, and it'll help us out a bunch.
And you guys have a couple of home games next week, that is. You guys go on the road for a couple this week. You guys go up to Simon Fraser and over there to Western Washington. Just talk to me, what are some of the keys you guys are going to have for this first true road trip of the GNAC conference play?
Again, our defense and our turnovers and rebounds are huge. I think we need to keep running the floor, and teams are going to think we're going to be slower because we're on the road and we're jet lagged, but if we just come out and surprise them and run hard, we'll come out with a win.
Thank you very much, Hannah. Thanks for joining us today. And Coach, over to you really quick. As Hannah mentioned, maybe you guys are going to have to get out and run, and I hear that might have to happen against Simon Fraser, who happen to be a pretty long team.
Yeah, they're really tall. They're not wide, but they're really tall. They have one outstanding player, 6'2", forward that averages over 21 points a game and over 12 rebounds a game. But they only have 9 players on their team total, and they only play about 8. So I think our depth is a factor there, and hopefully we can get them in a transition game, because the film that I've seen, they don't get up and down real well, not at least for a full 40 minutes. They might once in a while. And then you got Western Washington, who's been a traditional power in our conference, and they're up there. They're always tough. They got a great shooter in Amanda Dunbar, a senior, that's I think is going to become the all-time leading GNAC scorer, if I'm not correct. I may be wrong there, but I know she's going to make the most 3-pointers ever made in our conference. So this is a 2 tough tests. It's a long road trip. It's a long bus ride up to Bellingham, and then going over across the border for the first time. We have to have our passports all in order and that kind of thing. But I think we have more confidence in being able to go up and not be scared of getting into an environment where these teams might, in the past, have said, oh, wow, how are we ever going to be able to step on the floor with these guys? I think we're over that hump, Danny, and hopefully we'll show that as we go up there and compete.
Well, we hope you get an opportunity. And the first time the Wolves fans will be able to see the West Oregon women's basketball team after New Year's will be next week when the 2 Alaska schools come to town. They'll host Alaska Anchorage on January 13th, and then they'll host Fairbanks on January 15th. Tickets are still available for these games, and you can purchase those by calling 838-8449 or at the door. So, Coach Bruce, I just want to say thank you for joining me on this edition of Wolves Weekly, and thank you all for watching.